Welcome back to Through Inquisitive Kids. In this video, we will be talking about multiplying in monomials and polynomials. Today, again, we're going to be learning about multiplying monomials and polynomials. And in the last lesson, we talked about using the scientific notation to rewrite smaller numbers. Our learning goals for today is using the distributive property to multiply monomials and polynomials. Apply what we learned in solving equations. Introduction. What is the total area of the three figures below? So there are many different ways you can do this. First, pause the video and try this yourself. So one way is to first calculate each of the rectangles separately. This would give you PA. For the first rectangle, it's A times P. PB, B times P, and PC. So in the end, you combine all three of them together to find the total area, which is PA plus PB plus PC. Here's another way. You first combine all of the rectangles together and then calculate. All of the lengths together would be A plus B plus C, and then you multiply that by the width, which is P, and that will give you P times the sum of A plus B plus C. So this is basically the distributive property of multiplication. P times the sum of A plus B plus C equals PA plus PB plus PC, because we're distributing the P to each of these three terms. So we're going to be starting off with this expression to simplify, and I hope you'll first give it a try yourself. So we first bring that 2 times A squared to these two different terms in this polynomial, and that will give us 2a squared times 3a squared plus 2a squared times negative 5b, which equals 6a to the fourth power minus 10a squared times b. Carefully apply the distributive property to every term. So basically right now we're just reviewing our distributive property of multiplication. This is basically just the distributive property of multiplication. You distribute the monomial to each of the terms of the polynomial and then add up all of the products. So you first calculate each of these three rectangles separately and then add the products together. Summary. In multiplying integers, we talk about multiplication of monomials and polynomials. You break it down into multiplying separate terms together and then adding everything together. So basically, it's the distributive property of multiplication. In the end, you have to multiply each term by the same monomial, which makes everything a lot easier. Notice that when you're calculating, be mindful of the signs in front of each term. Think of subtraction as adding a negative number. So if you see minus 5a, you can think of it as adding a negative 5a. That sign in front of every term is actually part of that term. It's part of the coefficient of the term. 2. Remind yourself of the order of operation. First, you do multiplication or division, and then you do addition or subtraction. In the end, you have to combine like terms to make sure it's fully simplified. So that's our quick lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and please come back for the next video.